Stepping up the pace, no turning back, defeating the scourge together.
Dear viewers, we are so much privileged to have you on this program because I'm a girl, hosted by Violet Kwagala. Because so many girls out there are suffering. They have dark stories behind them. They have no one to share with. They have no voices to reach to people. They really need help. Others have started living hopeless life. Others have started engaging themselves on drugs, and their future is spoiled completely. Right beside me, I have a very beautiful, beautiful lady. She's a girl. Are you proud to be a girl?
I'm very proud, more than proud.
Oh, nice to hear that. Yes, you're most welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Our viewer would like to know, who are you?
Our dear viewers, my name is Nakato Eva, and I am 23 years old. I'm a student and an advocate at the moment, working with People in Need Agency, PINA Uganda in short, and I'm doing a diploma in art and design at Michelangelo College, Chisubi, and soon completing in May.
Amen.
Yes, and
That's very promising.
Yes, that's me.
That's you. Our viewer is waiting to know about you. How have you lived your life? What's the dark story behind you?
I would like to give a brief background about my life.
Yes, thank you.
I am a youth born and living with HIV. And growing up with HIV, we've faced a lot of challenges. I have my twin sister. She's called Babide Robina. And we both were born with HIV, but that was through blood transfusion, whereby the blood those days was not screened. Yes, by the time we were born with HIV, so that process of our mom got infected through that process. So that is how we acquired. But our dad is negative.
Oh, to God be the glory.
Yes, it's a pity that our mom passed on in 2013 to cancer. Yes, but life with HIV has its ups and downs. But it takes a brave heart for someone to come out and to sit down on air and disclose to the world what they are, really. Because most people are shy about their status and they are living in that self-denial. But we are proud that we are one of those young women that have come out to expose ourselves. And actually, I was really inspired by my twin sister, because she was the first person who posted a pic on Facebook, and it went viral. She was putting on a shirt that had HIV positive. That it was in 2014 when we had gone for an AIDS conference in Australia. Then she put on her shirt, because those days she was at campus, but life at campus was really hectic. Yes. Because the problem is when you don't disclose to your friends, they take it wrongly. And when you disclose to them, they also find a way of shunning away from you. Yes. So she was like, okay, now today I'm letting the whole world know who Robina Babide is. And she's really one of my superheroes besides my mom. So she puts out that, she posts it, but that was after we having a big argument about, are you really sure this is what you want to do? But she was really committed, and she put it on Facebook, and everyone was like, oh, people didn't actually believe it, though some of them were like, why? What is the reason? And that is how she actually began her advocacy. She started posting things about HIV, messages about HIV. Right now she has her own page that is running so well. And that has really opened up opportunities for her. And that is how actually we all in PINA Uganda have come out to begin feeling free about who we are. Yes, I mean, I really thank God that.
You know what? You're becoming my heroes also. It is very,
glad.
yeah, it's very good to let out what you are, to let
Yes.
others know what you are.
Yes.
Yeah, and if you want to save the generation, you want to save those out there.
Yes.
So if someone wants to fall in love with you, he comes very much aware that I'm going to
Aware.
fall in love with someone who is HIV positive. So if I'm in love with her, I have to do this and this. So how do you advise those who are out there? They are HIV positive and they don't want to let it be exposed out.
Well, it's not easy because for us it wasn't also easy in the beginning. But due to, that's after we had joined People in Need Agency, PINA Uganda, and we got exposed to, we get our medication from Joint Clinical Research Center. So that's when we got to meet ourselves before the organization started. We met with other youth, I mean other children, because we were still young, and we got to know that we are not alone in the world. And these children would really inspire us. They would sing, they would dance, they would feel free, you know. And we're like, hey, so we are not alone.
Yes.
So it's not easy. I know it's not easy, but the problem comes in whereby you're hiding your status from someone. Let me give an example. In a relationship and you're hiding your status, which can cause damage in the end. You'll find that you've affected your boyfriend, because now we are talking about the girl child. The program is because I'm a girl. So you find that you've affected your boyfriend, or he has found out after some time, which will, it's better, like, if you can't disclose to that person, go to the health clinic and you get tested.
Yes.
And then you get counselors, because counselors, this is what they are supposed to do.
Yes.
They are supposed to find a way of, you know,
Let
telling
it
your
out,
partner.
yeah.
Yes. And when they do it, they find means of making him understand. Yes. But to some of us right now, disclosing is not our problem.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been on air, we've been abroad, and everyone knows who we are, and that's how we've got our opportunities. True.
Oh yes. So, dear viewers, if you're HIV positive and you've been keeping it a secret for yourself, please, you're limiting your future. You still have a bright future. You still can make it. You still can make it up to 60 years. You still can make it up to 70 years, as long as you adhere to your medicine, your medication, dear. Thank you for watching this program. We are still with her. So tell us more. How have you been challenged being with HIV? How have you, tell us one of the challenges you faced in your life.
Well, the biggest challenge has been in school, because we got to know about our HIV status. We were in 2006. It was 2006, and we were in primary 6. And all along, our mom used to take medication, and we didn't know the reason why. Because she started earlier, but she didn't have a way of how to disclose, expose it to us, disclose. But then, around 2016, we started on, by then we were taking Septrin before we start our ARVs. That is how it was done, the procedure that you first begin with Septrin. So we would take, and then until we started taking the real medication, but it was really hard because we didn't know why we were taking it, which caused about poor adherence. Poor adherence. The medicine stopped working, so we had to be switched to the second line right now. But life was really hard after that. After her sitting us down outside, she actually called us. We were inside watching television, and we're the kind of people, that's what I've told you, that when you get infected, you're eager to know details and more information about HIV that you've never known. By then we were young and we were like, HIV, okay, people have HIV, people are sick, and so we will pray for them, like, you know, kids. But that moment was a turning point in our lives. She called us out and sat us out. It was around 8:38 at night. She sat us out and she told us, because we were really adhering badly to our medication, and the doctors were like, now this is getting too much. These kids need to know why they are taking their medicine. And we were getting our medication from Joint Clinical Research Center. Actually, we are still, because that's where our mom used to take her medication from, get her medication. And so we were also, so it's like family. They are really good people. Then when she sat us out, she told us everything about what we had to know. Then we were like, okay. But what really hurt us most is our dad was negative. He didn't actually know. Hardly did we even know that all the family members we were living with knew nothing about us. It was only our mom. You know, a musician sang a song that Abachala Bazira.
Yeah.
Women are tough women. Because
Yeah.
I just imagine how our mom kept the secret for all those years. You know,
And
adhering to her medication, helping us to adhere, though we were always up and off and on.
and it's very, very hidden from the husband.
From, yes, our dad. It was actually not, no one knew, because we were living with our grandparents. Our mom was with our grandparents, and we were also living with our mom. Yes, our dad was available, though he's this busy businessman. He's always up and down abroad and business things, but he knew nothing. Our grandparents knew nothing. So life was really hard for us, because there's that moment whereby we had to look for, we wanted someone to be like, now I need someone to talk to, you know, besides a person who is positive. You'll be like, I need someone to comfort me. But at school, no one knows. Actually, that was informed. At home, no one knows. So we didn't know that our grandparents didn't know. So our mom would just call us, we take our medication in the bedroom, then we would always come back home for holidays after the term. From our dad's place, we would always come back for holidays. So on coming back, actually we had to hide our medication in our closet when we were at dad's place, because we also have our stepsisters. But no one knew. It was just the three of us.
How about at school?
Nobody knew. And we were not in boarding. Though around P7 we joined boarding. So that is where the whole mess came in. Kids started, I mean, they would see us taking medication, but we would always lie. Heart problems, ulcers. So they'd be like, hey, there's medications. Okay, we would always get a big, something big to lie to them, like heart problems. I mean, it's rare to find people with heart problems. But then one day, that was around Form 2, Form 3, Form 2, I fell sick at school. And our dad came to pick me up. Then as we were leaving, because he had come to take me back home for treatment. Then as we were leaving, my cousin comes from the dormitory running. Daddy, Eva's forgotten her medication. Because they knew I was taking medicine, but they didn't know why. And they were like, maybe Dad knows why. And, you know, it was just something normal. So my cousin comes in running with the medication. And Dad was, you know, he was like, okay. Her medication, since when? Then they were like, but she has been taking it all this while, and we thought you were aware. Then I was inside the car. I just had to keep quiet. Then thoughts started running through my mind. I was like, now what am I going to tell my dad? What am I going to tell my mom? I didn't have a phone. You know, students, we never have phones. To call my mom and tell her things are really bad now. My sister was also, she was at school. My mom is far away. I'm this way with my dad. It was really yes. So then she went, she talked to the nurse, showed her the medication. The nurse was like, I think these are ARVs. For what I know as a nurse. And it was like, okay, you know, he didn't first believe it because it was a shock for him all these years up to secondary, and he knew nothing. Then he kept quiet. We went to the hospital. By then it was case clinic. Then they went in the doctor's office, and the doctor told him whatever he wanted, he had to know. Then I think, because I was outside, but I could at least, judging on the way he came out of the office, he just told me one thing: can I see your nails? I was like, okay, my nails. And I didn't know that was one of the side effects of the medication. They would turn dark. Right now they are okay. Okay. But they would turn, they have that, they darken, they sort of darken. So the doctor comes in and was like, okay, let me see your nails. And that was just enough proof. After the medication, just to make my dad. Then Dad just drove me straight to our grandparents' place where my mom lived. And just, you can't even imagine what happened.
I can't even
And
imagine.
you can't blame him because he's a parent.
Yes.
And, you know, it was like, since we were not that close to him, since we were not living with him, though we got closer to him after starting school, because that's where we would come from. But Then when he came, he was like, okay, he sat our grandparents down and our mom and was like, now there's an issue. How come my kids have been taking medication for all this time and I knew nothing? Just imagine my grandparents who didn't even know anything about it.
Oh, it's now getting exposed to even to the grandparents who were also green about it.
Yes. It was really terrible. That is when we knew that our grandparents were also blank about the issue. Because they were like, they told our mom, how can you keep something like this from us? Just imagine what happened.
Everything was mixed up.
Everything was just mixed up. Then, you know, there were arguments and what. Then Dad was like, you know, like, you don't blame him. Because he even reached the extent of being like, are these really my children? Because people know that they have that thing that
they have to
the only way of someone getting infected is by, you know, sexual intercourse, or that's the only way they think. But it was a different issue. But now the problem was sitting him down and explaining to him that, you know, Dad, now the problem came in like this, like this, like this. And trust me, he tested over and over again. But he was negative and was like, how did I survive? How did I survive? You know?
So you've told us also that you are in PINA Uganda.
Yes.
What do you do there?
PINA Uganda is a non-government organization that it creates hope and happiness to children born and living with HIV, though we also have those who are not born with the virus. This doesn't come about like sexual intercourse or what, but because these children are young, and they all have different stories of how they got infected. Some of them, like the rape cases we've been hearing, others through negligence, injections, things like that. But it really creates hope and happiness. It gives psychosocial support. We do a lot of things. I am the coordinator of music, dance and drama.
Okay, you also sing?
Yes, I do. Yeah. I sing, I dance, I act. I'm an actress currently working on an upcoming movie, Don't Dare Touch.
Okay.
It really has a lot in it. So, I mean, viewers, you shouldn't miss that.
Okay.
Just keep following People in Need Agency page and you'll get all the updates.
Okay.